Hi, today let us learn how to use routers in our Angular 2 application. So in this tutorial, I'll try to create a very simple web application with some navigation links in it. Uh, so this will be my example. So I'll create a web application called Bookstore, and I'll have menu items like books, reviews, and admin. So this is my menu bar, and this is the body of my web page. So let's try to create this very simple web application using routers. So let me create a new Angular 2 project. So if you remember, we have already gone through the process of creating a new Angular 2 project using ng command. Ng new, let me name it as bookstore. So let me pause the video till the installation is complete. Okay, so we are done with creating the new project. So let me cd into the project. And I'll open Visual Studio Code for this folder. So I have the project on Visual Studio Code now. So let me have the terminal also open in my Visual Studio Code. So you can use this command, control and the tilde. So basically I have two terminal windows right now, one on Visual Studio Code and one is my Mac terminal. So what I'll do is I'll run the project on my Mac terminal. So ngserve will basically launch the live web server, and you don't need to restart the web server every time you make any change to the project. So what I'll do is I'll start the project and I'll just leave the project up and running on live web server. So this says bundle is now valid. So let me quickly make sure that it's working. So localhost 4200 says app works. So what I'll do is I'll just minimize this terminal for now, and I'll use this terminal here to create all the new components and modules that I need for my bookstore project. So first thing, let's go into the source folder and see the component, the default root module that we already have. So the default root module that we have is app.module.ts. So if you go into this, you will see that we have all the basic configuration done here by Angular CLI for us. So let me quickly create three modules. So if you go back to the image, so I need three new modules. One is books, the other one is reviews, and the third one is admin. So let me quickly create three modules. And before that, let me name my page as bookstore. So to do that, I have to go into my component.html. If you see this, so this is where the title is getting displayed. So this title is this here. So instead of this, let me name it as bookstore. So to do that, I have to go into my component. That's where my title is getting assigned. So I'll just replace this with bookstore and go back onto my Chrome and see what happens. So yeah, I have named the website as bookstore. Now let me quickly create three modules. The first one, as I said earlier, was books. So I'll use the terminal in my Visual Studio Code to create all the new modules. So ng generate module, and I'll name it as books. So it created a new module for me, and then let me create the components for this particular module. Ng generate component books. So if you see this, it has created few files and updated one file. So it updated app.module.ts. So all that you have to remember here is I have two different modules right now. One is the root app module and the other one is a feature module called books. So what I'll do is I'll import my feature module into the root module. So let me go into app.module.ts. If you see, it has automatically added books component to the declaration section of app module, but I don't want to do that. Instead, I just want to import the whole module itself. That way, all the components will automatically get imported into the root module. So this is what I'll do.
So I'm importing the books module into app module. So let me show you what I just did here. So we have a new folder called books. So that got created when you generated a new module, and it has a books.module.ts and books.component.ts, and so spec.ts is basically meant for the testing, and the CSS is meant for your styles, and HTML is the template file. So my books.module.ts doesn't have any component specified here, but I have to declare my books.component under declarations. So what I'll do is, let me go import books component and add books component under declarations. So now when you import books module into app module, you will automatically get books component also into app module. So you can basically access books component in app module now, because you are okay. So I'm not yet importing books module in app module. So let me do that now. So what I'll do here is add books module and remove declarations, value of books component under declarations. Okay, so let's see how this works. Let me make sure that I'm not breaking anything. Okay, so everything seems to be working fine. So okay, now let me go and create the next module. So the next module is reviews. Ng generate module reviews, and let me create a new component. Ng generate component reviews. So I'll do the same thing with reviews also. So let me quickly go into reviews module.ts. So if you see this, the reviews component is named as reviews component. So take that, go into module section, add the declaration for reviews component, and I have to import it. So let me import and I have to import reviews module into app module also, or else the root module will not have access to reviews module, and I have to import it here. Let me just rename this. Okay, so that's all good now. So let me do the same for admin module. Ng generate module admin. Ng generate component admin. So I'm creating a new component also, and let me do the same changes that I have done for the other two feature modules. So I'll go into modules. Okay, take the name of the component, go into modules, add the declaration for that particular component, and let me go into app module and add and import this particular module here. Okay, and one more thing that I should be doing is removing these components under declaration section. So I don't need them there because we are importing the whole module, not just the components alone. So you will automatically have those components available in your root app module. Now let's deal with routers. So I'll quickly make some changes to app.module.ts. So what I'll do, uh, I'll create a new variable called routes, and I'll create an array of routes. So let me define the path. So the name of the first path is books, and the component associated with it is books component. And the second link will be the reviews link, and the third one will be the admin link. The name of this component will be reviews component, and the name of this component is gonna be admin component. And I have to import this particular routes from the npm package. So I don't know which npm package has this particular route class. So what I'll do is I'll go into Angular official website and go and get started, API reference. I'll search for routes. Let me search for routes. Okay, so it says that I have to import routes from at Angular/router. So let me do that quickly here. Okay, that's it. So now you have routes imported into your module. And one more thing to do here is, so there is something called as router module. So what you have to do is you have to import router module dot for root in your root app module and pass routes as the input. But remember, we didn't import router module into this project. So what I'll do is, so router module is also part of the same npm package at angular/router. So I'll just do this here. Yep. So that's it. So now we are good to add links to these three paths in our web page. So let me go on to app.component.html and add three anchor tags. So router link is an Angular2 specific keyword. So all that you have to do is pass the path to your router link. So in this case, your router link slash the name of the first path, that's books. And I'll name this as books. Okay, so now we are good. Okay, so after you add the anchor tags, you have to specify where the body of these menu items should get displayed. So the way how to do it is add router outlet on your HTML. So basically this specifies that, okay, when you click on books menu item, the body of books menu item should get displayed here, and the body of reviews should get displayed here, and the body of admin should get displayed here. So I think we don't need these slashes. So yeah, let me go and remove the slash in our path, and let's go and see how our web page is working right now. Okay, seems like it's working. So if you look at the URL keeps changing when I click on each of these links. So that's how it works. So now the next thing that I'll do is display some content here very quickly. So going to books.component.ts. So our example wants us to display a couple of books. So what I'll do, I'll go here and create a new variable called books list. I don't need a let there. And I'll create an array of JSON. So the name of my first book is In Search of Being, and the second one is Monk Whose Soul is Ferrari. I mean, this is just for an example. Okay, now let me display this on the UI for my books module. Okay, go here. So instead of this, I'll just take this off, add a new div tag, and I'll use an Angular specific directive called ng for book of books list. I'm basically looping through the JSON array. Let's see the output. There you go. So that's what our example was all about. So if you see, yeah, we wanted to display the numbers. Yeah, you can do that by adding one more item to your JSON called ID and just display the values there. So that's it for now. So this is a very simple tutorial on routers. So we will be covering more advanced topics on routers in our next tutorial. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.